Hi everybody, this is Old Man Rick. I finally ventured outside of my county crossing build series and went somewhere else. This is coastal crossing, huh? And I started working on this just to really test out an idea that I had that I thought was really good, just to kind of maximize build area. My idea was to start at the outside corners and then kind of fill in between those corners and then start filling in toward the center of the settlement. I thought that would I thought that'd be a good idea. And I that's what I did in County Crossing, but I did make some pretty good mistakes. Um, in County Crossing, I just started with this corner, then ran over there, started with that corner, and then started filling in between them, and things didn't line up. So when I made this settlement, I just picked a corner, and then started laying out foundations. So in this settlement, everything in between corner A and corner B, it all lines up. So it looks, so I don't have any odd little gaps. So if you see this, this is just, this is just perfectly flat. Maybe a little too flat. I also recognize the mistake I made that Davey had warned about in one of his early videos. Don't build too close to the outermost edge, because you might want to come in like here. This is, like I said, this looks a little too flat. I might want to just kind of glitch in some other items really close to that, just to give a little more character to the walls. But it also, so I really did. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I laid out this section of foundation just completely flat, completely level, and also did the same thing going out in this direction. Of course, none of these settlements are square, so I'm really on the outskirts over there. You can see it. But I also wanted to play around with elevations for the buildings, even as far as within the same building. I saw someone do that, and I thought it was a very interesting look. And I got to tell you, it was a lot of fun, and it was very challenging. And that kind of means it's really fun when you finally get everything to fit, and the challenging part means it was a gigantic pain in the butt. Like here, you have two walls of two different elevations, and to make everything meet the ceiling the way you want and meet the floor the way you want, you really have to play around with build order. I tore part of this down and rebuilt several times just to make everything fit. But the end result is I had this neat little platform over on this side, which will be a great way to kind of highlight and display who knows what. I think this is going to be a workshop. It also allowed me on the upstairs. Now I have kind of a maybe living area. Yeah, living area. An elevated area for a bedroom. Out here you can see the difference in the elevation, the entryway there, and then now we step up. That elevated platform inside matches this elevation. This little house, it's level. The building next to it, though, now we have to go up to a different level for this one. This is like turret stands. The second floor is kind of the caretaker. even higher elevated machine gun turrets. And it's also where I keep the generator. A lot of wasted space right here. I just didn't have the ability to make this go out any farther without. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be wasted space because I couldn't build walls. The elevation of the floor was too low. But then you get into the next building, you go up steps, another small apartment or trading stand, and again you go up to the next level on this outside wall, and you have a double change. First this area, and then back here. Now this was really difficult. These stupid looking columns was the only way that I could figure out how to. I wanted to keep this big gigantic rock inside, but it sure wouldn't let me glitch in any walls that would kind of break this up. So I'm going to pretend I did this on purpose. Neat little covered patio out here. And that's pretty much it for the for this L-shaped section of housing and buildings that I have. Once we get beyond here, then it's just fence glitched into the rock face with the farm area down below. I decided to make this up top the restaurant. Gotta have one of those because that's just so cool when everybody gathers at night. Little extra platform. I may add another machine gun turret over there. Well, I say machine gun. We all know at this point it's going to be missiles. This whole area here was really difficult. Down below. Sorry if I'm moving too fast, making everybody dizzy. Down below, I needed this height of a wall, and the only thing that I could get to snap in was this concrete wall. Well, no floor wanted to snap above that except for this this wire mesh floor section. But I didn't want it open from above, so I put in just rubber floor mats above that. Just kind of fill in the gaps. And yeah, I think it worked out okay. You can see that here. I mean, because that was actually inside this building and also outside in the patio. So that worked out all right. But I have a lot of work to do to fill in the gaps and flesh it out. You can also see a lot of stuff around here that I'm still doing the thing where I'm just kind of being stubborn and I'm using as few mods as possible just for the challenge of it. Over in this area, there was a giant pile of junk, so I just elevated it. There, you can see that corner of a couch sticking out. So I just built all of this over to the side, out here in the pasture, and used a pillar to glitch it in and lower it as much as I could. I didn't get it quite perfect because over to this side there's even more junk, and the only solution I could find was to put in this roof section. But it makes an okay step, and just coincidentally it happened to match up really well so that the next level doesn't look like it's really floating at all. So, like I said, I've barely started on this. This is more an exercise just to kind of test my theory of how well things would work to, start at the corners, really flesh it out, change the elevation if you need with foundations, and then start building walls on top of that and figuring out what kind of buildings you want. So, yeah, those are some of my ideas, and hope hoping it inspires you to do something. And wow, it was a major pain in the butt. But like I said, it was rewarding, which is a good way of saying it was a gigantic pain in the ass. But I sure do like the end result. So have a good whenever, and I'll see you next time. Bye.